Yeah.
I'm good. I'm ready.
I'm always good.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. You've been holding us back
No,
with the End of the Green Room podcast, Mr. Lees.
Welcome to episode 10.
It is episode
It's only
10.
episode 10.
That's all right.
Almost didn't make it. You were halfway up the industrial drive.
Yeah, I forgot.
On the way back to
On the way back to the bay. It's all right to have a couple of Hunter Valley's best Shirazes. And with us today, we got the president of the juniors.
Yeah.
A man with a deeper voice than mine. We didn't have to turn the bass up for him. Chris Walsh, how are you, Chris?
Good, Ruff. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Big weekend of juniors. Tell us all.
Sounds like the guy from Boys Don't
Yeah. Please, baby.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing.
You know, you just talk. You don't have to sing where you're going to be voicing. You're bored singing. Yeah, you're bored singing.
The old baritone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so big weekend. We've got the Hunter Junior Finals, which Merewether Carlton are hosting. We've got 11 teams from the Greens featuring, and the girls will kick it off tomorrow night, and then full day Saturday and a full day Sunday. So it'll be,
that's awesome that you guys got it. And is the reason that Hunter Rugby gave you guys the juniors because the juniors are so strong, there's no chance of poaching other kids?
well, we were supposed to get it last year, but then obviously the China flu intervened. Previous years, it's been up at the Bay and Maitland, so it's a good opportunity for it to be in a inner city environment. So.
Yeah, I went to the one a couple of years ago at the Bay, and it was a good day. And I'll definitely get along to watch some of these games here.
It's going to be here at Townson, not Gibbs.
Majority is at Townson. It'll depend on what our friends at South do on Sunday, because they will potentially host a final at some point. Can't tell us what day or when, but if they get knocked out on Sunday, then it'll all be at Townson. But we've got Gibbs as a backup as well.
Yeah, cool. The basket case is the local rugby league. not the tight run ship, it's the Merewether Carlton. Tell us a bit about the juniors. I mean, obviously, one of the strongest junior clubs, or probably the strongest junior club in rugby. And I dare say, potentially over both codes, it's pretty even. Against South, it's a smaller catchment area. It's not, as we like to say, it is exclusive. It's not exclusive, of course. If you do want to play for Merewether, contact the club. But it is a smaller catchment, so it's a good testament to see that the kids out there and enjoying it.
It's grown over a number of years. We're up to 20 junior teams now, so there's about 6 of our age groups that have got 2 sides in. And you compare us to our nearest suburbless neighbours, and they've got a lot of age groups of Wanderers where they have no teams at all. So, which is not great. You prefer to have a strong comp, but
and a lot of combined clubs as well, like Wanderers and Southern Beaches.
Yeah, and
because that is the catchment zone. That's covers
when you have
15
those pick and run.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Gypsies. They always call them the Gypsies instead of the Wanderers.
Absolutely, but there's a lot of good work that's been done on committees before I joined to build it up. Reagan and Matt Jackson and Gordon Driver and those guys have done a hell of a lot of work over a number of years to get it to the point it is now. I think we've got about 340 registered players, which is awesome. And the work that Crotto and Callow have done with the Grommets has been awesome to get that younger age group coming through.
So is that counting the Grommets? 340,
no,
that's on top.
There's an additional 120 on Grommets.
I see them down there with and it's packed. Gibbs Road is absolutely packed.
Yeah, it's madness.
I'm glad.
They just go.
It's like herding flies. So mate, you've been in HR for a long time and looking after the workforces and stuff like that. What's harder to wrangle, the Merewether Carlton Club or a big industrial place like Komatsu?
It's probably similar in a lot of ways. I was talking to Pug before that 90% of people are fine. You have no issues whatsoever, but the 10% can take up a fair portion of your time. But
who's the 10%?
no names, no factorials. But look, ultimately, most people are involved for the right reasons and to get the kids out on the park. But there's a hell of a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. Yeah,
the volunteers. It's unreal. Pugger and I don't volunteer. Obviously, we're on big bucks to do this, but but the time and effort that gets put into it, a lot of people don't see that. And I know people appreciate it, but it goes unnoticed sometimes. So it is a thankless job, and I tip my hat off to you.
Yeah, and we're fortunate with the committee. We've got quite a big committee, so it spreads the load a little bit. But certainly this week, Jackie Lind has done an absolute mountain of work preparing for the finals this weekend.
Well,
And
I know she has, because Kramer's actually taken the kids to touch footy tomorrow for school, so and she's normally the one that does that in the bus. So she's pulled rank there, and he's having the day off at the touch footy.
Yeah, but it'll be all hands on deck over the weekend, and we've got a lot of good support across the broader committee. There's a lot of people that do a lot of good work.
Whose players play for the committee?
Oh,
Can't vote for yourself.
It's a 6-person draw.
Well, how many on the committee?
It's about 13 or 14.
Yeah, so there's 6 or 7 not pulling their weight.
I'm not going to say that. It's I've got to do the politically correct thing. No, look, at the end of the day, everyone gives up their time, so any contributions appreciated, but there's certainly some that go well and truly above and beyond.
Yeah, cool. And I guess you've been around the club for quite some time, and it's a junior show tonight, so we won't get into everything. But I mean, what made you came to the club?
Yeah,
Mad Mondays.
A bit of that, but I grew up in the country originally, in a small town called Leighton. Moved up here and played a little bit of league for the Butcher Boys. Then started working at Woolies.
Was Darryl Rando captain coach?
No, I don't know that, mate. I was only in the younger age groups, but started working at Woolies and not really playing footy, and then got a call from Scotty Hingston, who I went to high school with, and said they were short against Scone up at Empire Park, so strapped on the boots in the early 2000s, and the club culture's great. Obviously,
you certainly fitted in quite in. I think I remember that night, and I think you showed your worth early on. Let me say,
pretty merry.
So how old were you then? How old would you have been then? Early 2000s.
Yeah, 19, 20.
Okay. So you didn't play juniors?
Not with the Greens. I played junior rugby, but not with the Greens. I played a bit of junior rugby league, and then as I said, I started working in the fish section at Woolies, and that earning a bit of coin, and gave it away for a little bit, and then came back into the fold.
Yeah, that's cool.
I remember coming back when we played together. 2012, I think was when I came back.
Right.
And bus trips up to Musselbrook, Singo.
What goes on to us stays on.
But
he's a talented singer, as we said at the top of the show. He didn't have to sing; he just had to speak.
Well,
I
the talent I was most amazed. It was when I first saw your skull beer. That's what really I just went.
It's amazing. I think there's only one other person I've seen that can do it as good as you, and that's Pat Ryan, who played a little bit of the club. Not much, but I used to live with him, and he could digest it. We used to win money off him in town, which I think we've done off you as well.
It's always a good party trick until you go one too many and then end up in the cubicles.
So you got the kids are involved in the club as well now. That's really cool. And the women's side of things, because I mean, obviously that's part of what you do. So how's that growing?
Yeah, it's been great. Like my daughter unfortunately suffered a season-ending injury at training last night, so she's out for the semis tomorrow. But that team's been really good. That under-14s has got a bit of a mix. There's 4 New South Wales country.
I know a doctor, by the way.
She's getting it sorted tomorrow morning. So, but then there's also girls that have never played before. So they've come together really well. And we've got under 16s as well, and my youngest is playing in the under 10s with the boys.
Yeah, cool. And I bet she whacks them too, doesn't she?
Oh, she tries. She's got plenty of lip anyway.
Gets that from you, obviously. Not that.
I'm having a look at this. Who's out of all the grades? Who's got the strongest chance? Do you think? If you can be a little bit.
No one's better than us, Paddy.
Well, no. Out of the various sides, because we're in pretty much every grade, aren't we? Every
if you look down, there's three minor premierships on the Saturday, but you've also got in under 11s. Merriweather finished first and second, so they'll face off against each other. I mean, there's plenty of teams that have got a good show at it. It'd be something you'd have to go. Well arrived. One of the under 11s teams doesn't get up. Assume they finish first and second, but there's strength across the board.
That under 18 side's pretty good there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had a bit of a disruptive start because they were going to be in Colts and then they weren't, so we had to combine it at the last minute.
There's some good
grade next year.
Yeah, well, I think the Colts comp is dead and buried
Yes,
for now. So yeah, we will have at least 10 or 12 of those guys will move out of juniors. They actually had a bus trip down to Terrigal for their last game last week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Any 18-year-olds in there?
there's a few. So that
So, obviously, you want to keep those players coming through the club as well. So, is there any strategies behind that? As you said, there's the bus trip strategy. That's one. Yeah. What else are we doing, Walsh?
Look, I'll shout out to Eli McCulloch in his role as the club captain. He's been really strong in getting a lot of the senior players down to training. Cool. And put a structure around it as well. Yeah. So they've gone and spent some time with each of the age groups. We've also got a couple of the seniors who are on the coaching staff, like Gruff and Jack Mackay for the under 18s. So that connection is really strong and starting to build. It's just obviously at that hard age at 18, life gets in the way and other things come in.
The juniors and the seniors have started to come together a lot more than when I was playing. Like I wouldn't even, when I was playing juniors, I wouldn't have even known 5 of the guys that were playing.
I think that might have been on purpose though, Justin, because they may not have wanted to know you. I think is more the key.
They may have wanted to keep me away from them. Yes, that could be true. I think Tony might have had a plan. Keep me away from the guys that could buy alcohol.
Or lead you astray, maybe.
Yeah, or I could lead them astray.
Having spoken to a few of the guys this year, I think that could have been an option for you. And you could have gone another way, Justin.
I could have.
You couldn't have been an eclectic art gallery owner. You could have working in the pits with him.
But it's been great. The amount of commitment that they're not doing it because they're being told they have to. There's a genuine want to do it. And we had just the other week we had Dave Poochett, Eli, and Rousey down helping the under 11s up at Empire Park, and it's the kids love it too. You can see that they get a rise.
How did they get past Poochett's French accent? That's what I want to know.
He took the Hawkins Cup on a little tour.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did he? Good.
Saw some of the photos.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. I like a bit of that stuff. And you're still playing as well.
Yeah, poorly, but I strap on the boots on a Friday night.
We've never been good, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I was awesome. Let's put that aside. But anyway.
No, it's good stress relief on a Friday night.
Jeez, your stress relief and mine's a bit different.
I'll have the beers afterwards. Justify it.
We're still using our hands. We play Friday nights. We've become a second.
Yeah, and again, that's a real mix there. You've got ex-Anderson medal winners in Gareth Ernst and Tomo, who just this year decided he wanted to give footy a crack. So
an ex-Knight player, Regan Tanner.
No, is he playing? Is he?
He's playing.
And when you know you're getting a bit older,
you'd be hanging off him, wouldn't you? You'd be hanging off him, just saying, come on, Regs. Come on.
And one of the sons of a bloke I played a lot of footy with. I played a lot of footy with Mark Gordon and his son Joey's now.
Big Gordo. Is Big Gordo playing?
Yeah. Oh, no, Big Gordo's not. He's there on the sidelines, but Joey's cut from the same mould. Is he? He's a big boy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, he's good man, Gordo. Yeah. And getting back to that, and good men in the club. That you know a few?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to propose to you. I was going to try and kiss you.
No.
Again.
I've seen you on Silly Sunday, so it wasn't out of the realm of possibility.
So I mean, some of your favourite players that you played with here.
Yeah, Merv comes immediately to mind. He's obviously a MVP off the field, but won a couple of premierships with him in 06 and 09.
Yeah.
And he was tough as nails, and he really drove performance out of the rest of the group. It's been good to play with a couple of guys I went to school with as well, which has been really fun. And I mean, across the board, though, it's pretty much the dickheads don't tend to stay very long. They go back to Wanderers.
Yeah, that's right. Or rugby league.
It was really proposing. You actually, when you got married, you went and had a photo.
We did. Our photos were at the Merriweather Bards, the old green room in the Burwood. So
the Burwood was one as well. Yeah.
So really, how long ago did you get married?
2008.
So you were the bridezilla, basically. Yeah, doing that. We're going to take you the photos.
We came in the whole bridal outfits, and that's all done up in a wedding dress. I'm in the three-piece suit and the old love behind the bars going, oh shit, Walshy, what are you doing here? What does it look like?
Yeah.
But it was good. It was got to have a few beers and have a few bets while we were getting a few photos done.
Get the nerves out of the way. Well, you're already married by then.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's probably your fondest memory. Do you have any other memories of the marriage?
Oh, there's a lot. I actually had my buck show in there as well.
Really?
So it was. There's a lot of good nights there. It's the old karaoke nights. Goldie and Frosty.
They used to run a good show, didn't they? Goldie and Frosty.
Do you sing karaoke?
Yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart got a run. A bit of Elvis with Suspicious Minds.
Elvis and Johnny Cash every day of the week.
Yeah, right. Who was the? We're going to go through a few different players and stuff. Who was the toughest player you played with?
Look, I'd probably say Merv. He was pretty tough. Adrian Clark was someone you wouldn't want to mess with as well, old Miggs. But yeah, I played a couple of years with Miggs, but certainly Merv was right up there with.
What about against?
Good question. Like some of the old, depends on how you define tough. You had Todd Henderson was a good player, but he was a grub. He'd hit you from behind. But that Wanderers team in about 07, 08 filtered back a lot of their 05 first grade back in. So you had Noonan, Samble all coming back. You knew you played a game of footy when you played against them.
Yeah. And what about not the toughest, but just the overall best player that you've?
I'd probably say Jason Toby. He came back and
with you there.
he came back after being in the higher grades and did about 5 or 6 years in 3rd and 4th grade, and he just had time. He'd look like he wasn't moving, but all of a sudden he'd be through the gap scoring tries.
I never saw Toby.
Awesome.
Was he
One of the best.
Would you play fullback?
Yeah,
Yes.
fullback or 10. But,
Good fullback. Good for an intercept.
Well,
There's a bloke, Anthony Watson, that used to play 5'8" for Waratahs that I played with and went back and played for the Bay. He used to get an intercept off him every game in first grade, whether he played for Waratah or the Bay. Unbelievable.
Yeah, right, totally.
Yeah. They've had, because I don't know if you know, Tobes is from Malabula. He's a Malabula Panther. Yeah. He's won grand finals with a lot of people that I know.
Yeah. And what about the best player that you played against?
Yeah, we've been through the third time you've asked this. Third time. Best. What he's saying is the best is the toughest.
Oh, right.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
I don't usually do that.
That's right.
See, I'm a different category.
Yeah, it's a colloquialism we don't need to go.
Expressions I'm thinking of
Yeah,
different things.
that's all right. Yeah. Thinking, what can I do to get out of here?
I'd say it's a collective view. The games I like playing are in the forwards, and Maitland were always pretty strong. We single one person out, but there was a guy.
They would have been the same too, filtered back through that sort of good golden era they had early 2000s when in your third, fourth grade there.
Yeah, but probably in terms of talent, early days there was a guy from Scone, Josh Clift.
Yeah, he was good.
Who played for Scone because there was no Premier team in the region. He was also in the New South Wales Country squad. And,
he got selected in the Waratahs that year, and then he unfortunately had a bad accident. And he's got a charity running now, but he's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
JB Clift, good guy, really good guy. Yeah. So do we go into who are you going to take away on you?
Well,
are we allowed to do that on this?
Yeah, of course we can.
Yeah, so obviously you go away with myself and Pugger.
Yeah.
And you got 3 people to choose from. Do we make him pick from the committee or who he's played with?
I think it could be from both.
He gets 3 from the committee, 3 from his playing days. Yeah, brilliant. Right. Look at this, thinking on the spot.
The committee, Merv's probably already there because a few people have already selected him, but he's always good on the drinks.
Yeah.
I go away with Brooke Droncourt a fair bit with the crew up to Crescent Head, and she's always good for a laugh. And then I don't know.
Is Brooke on the committee? Is she?
Brooke's on the
Yep.
committee. She's our gear steward.
Yep. Cool.
So and then whoever's got a load pass can take the third spot.
Yes.
And
What are you hanging up?
well, he's not on the committee.
Oh,
so
he's a gym dude.
yeah, he's running the gym. But I suppose.
Yeah, look at me. Let's be honest. I haven't worked out since 2001.
The people I played with, you'd probably get a run there because I go away with some schoolmates to Crezo every year, and he's one of those. And Josh Gain.
Gain, he beat us.
He's a
man.
lot of people wouldn't know him, but he's
Good
a bit of a triple threat on the piss. He can drink all night.
Yeah.
He can sing. He used to bash out, throw your arms
Yeah, he
around
can
there,
sing as
so,
well, can't he? Yeah, he's a really good singer. That's a good choice, actually.
And then probably Frankie Road, just so we can have someone to laugh at.
Yeah.
He tells us how good he used to be.
Yeah. There's plenty of those stories. And how good his pharmacy's going. Of course, a good sponsor of the Merriweather Carlton Club. Let's be fair, and a good man.
Absolutely.
So run us through this quickly. We've got Saturday. We've got the Friday night. We start.
Friday night with the girls. So we've got our under-14s girls on the top of the table clash against Maitland tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then we've got 7 teams on Saturday in the major semi for a spot in the grand final. So
What time's the kick-off Saturday?
8 o'clock is the first game, so a nice early start. And then our under-18s will finish it off, Merriweather versus Avoca at 3:20, which will lead straight into the ladies' game. And I think they're doing the cable time right here tomorrow.
That's tomorrow night, is it?
On Saturday night, yeah.
Oh.
And then on Sunday we've got 3 teams. So we've got the under-10s, under-12s and under-14s in the minor semis.
Oh, right. So that's good.
Good. It'll be a good weekend, a big weekend at Townson. Good luck to all the Merriweather Carlton sides, of course, and may rugby be the winner on the day. And I hope everything goes well. The rain stays away.
Thanks, Ralph.
Of course, you'll be with me, haven't you?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Well, my daughter's injury means she can't play. I was starting to get the guilt about missing a semi, but I'll head out to uni and Warren Watson's already indicated he wants to line me out.
Is he playing, is he?
I think he's making a special appearance so he can put a shot on it tomorrow night.
Jeez. And how old are you? Sorry?
I turned 40 this year.
Yeah, 40 this year. Yeah, cool. How you do it? Anyway,
We're a bit short on front row as well. I was actually throwing the line out.
Yeah, I can't throw the line out, mate. I can't lift my shoulder past here.
Well, that's all right. We can still use you in the front row.
Yeah, maybe not.
Spare pair of boots, mate.
I'm 10 kilos lighter than what I used to be.
I think you'll get around the park easier.
Make some more mobile.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the number 10 on my back at the very least.
Well, I think Tristan Cody might have you covered there, mate.
Tristan will move out. He'll move aside. Anyway, thanks very much, and it's a great job that the committee's doing, and the junior club obviously very strong, and it's a testament not just to obviously yourself, but the people that have come before you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Ralph, and thanks, Pugger, and really looking forward to the kids getting the opportunity to play this weekend. So
yeah, everyone come out because it's going to be an awesome weekend.
Yeah, it looks like the weather's going to look after us as well, which is
first time of the year.
Does it cost to get into the ground?
No.
Free entry.
Free entry.
Sausage sangers.
I think
trucks.
Michelle in the canteen has got an array of selections for us. We've got the coffee van here, so
beauty.
That's useful for me.
Where
else would you be? That's all.
Premier Grade's got to buy, so this is your rugby fix.
Yes, I'll bring my young bloke over after South and show him what the real game's all
about.
His mates will be playing.
Plenty of teams there for him if he wants to join the Green Wave next year.
It's quick too.
Good.
He's got the Spiteri quickness, not my bloodiness.
Good. Love to have him.
Yeah, cool. Thanks very much.
All right, thanks guys.